Hello everyone, I'm Erin Call and I am a director here with Limelight by Alcone. And I really want to talk to you guys tonight about attraction marketing in your network marketing business, what it actually means to brand yourself, and how you can actually use your story to do this. So there's a lot more to branding than just using your story, but for purposes of this, that's what I really want to focus on is you and your story. So sometimes I think that when it's said that you need to brand yourself, people don't exactly know what's meant by that or kind of where to start. Let me start by saying this. You are your brand. Your company's not your brand. Your product's not your brand. People do business with people. And so your main goal is to connect with people, build a relationship of trust in serving others. You want the people that are following you and the people that you come in contact with to know you by your name, not by the name of your company or your product or your service. For me, I want my followers to know Erin, the Confident Beauty Movement, which is the name of my business, my blog. I want them to know that Erin is the confident boosting makeup mama and she sells those bomb Limelight by Alcone products. I don't want it to be the opposite, like, oh yeah, I've heard of Limelight by Alcone products. Doesn't that chick Erin in the mom group sell them? Do you guys see the difference? When people are choosing who to buy from or who to join in this business opportunity, you want to stand out. You have to be unique. And the biggest way to define yourself in this market is to share you and to share your story. So let me explain a little. I was a teen mom. That used to be super, super hard for me to share, like I was ashamed hard, until that I realized that it connected me with so many people because of where I came from and where I am now and who I am now. I had my son when I was 17. I graduated from high school a year early with honors, so if that tells you anything, I was book smart and I was gonna go away to college and I had all these big plans until halt, till I had a baby. I started taking care of someone else before I even really knew how to take care of myself. I never really had time to figure out what my future would look like or what I truly wanted to do with my life. Instead, I focused on my responsibilities, working full-time, going to college full-time, and then before I knew it, I was married with 2 kids, a house, a husband, a dog. Still going to school full-time, still working full-time, and I had no time for myself. I had no time for my marriage. Anytime my husband would want to go out or do something with me, I didn't want to go because I felt so guilty. I was leaving my kids during the week to go to my corporate job and then at nights to go to school or to do school work. I probably hid it pretty well at the time. I don't think really anybody knew, but it was not the life that I wanted for myself or I had envisioned for myself. So I came to somewhat of a breaking point when I was pregnant with my now 4-year-old little boy. And I decided that I had to make a change. I couldn't stand my corporate job anymore. I just knew I was meant for more, but I didn't know what. So we decided that I could quit my job, which at the time cut our income almost in half, which is huge. It meant a very big lifestyle change for us. But it was around that time that I kind of started to realize that I wanted a fulfilling career. I guess I really just wanted to find out where my passion was. And at that time, I thought that focusing on school full-time and really delving into that was going to help me find my passion. But instead, I soon kind of realized that I never wanted to go back to corporate America, ever. And I started researching all these business opportunities. And I'm not talking direct sales. I'm talking like I envisioned all these business opportunities in my head. And I started researching what I would need to do to bring them to fruition. And ultimately, I always loved the beauty industry. So I started a spray tan studio. I first started a mobile business and then I opened a studio. And I mean, there's more to it than that, but that's the shortened version. I don't want to bore you. But while I loved that, I loved what I did. I loved that I made women feel beautiful. And I loved that I got to deal with my clients face to face every day. My schedule in that business was ultimately still dictating my life with my family and my husband. I was working late nights, weekends, because that's when people want to get beauty services. And I was trying to build a business from the ground up. So I love my clients to death, but they were dictating my schedule. And that at that time was okay, I suppose, but I still knew, like I knew that wasn't the ultimate, right? And I guess I fell into network marketing, you could say, by chance. One of my spray tan clients actually sold a different makeup line at the time, and I purchased it from her. I liked it, and I said, maybe I'll just try selling it. I'll see what happens. It'll be a nice add-on to my spray tanning business, which was really growing at the time. And we were also moving across the country at the time, so I just thought it would be a nice, add-on. I had no goals or things in my head that said I'm gonna rock at this and I am gonna use this as my life's goal. I didn't know at the time, but I almost feel like that became my calling. I feel like my calling is to inspire women to find their passion through my story, to basically know their worth, to love themselves, to do what makes them happy, to see my story and know that, like, despite not having a typical high school and college experience and career experience and family life in that order, that even though things happen in life, they don't happen to you, they happen for you, and you can still do absolutely anything it is that you want to do. And I remember at 16 being pregnant and saying, somehow, someday, like, I know God put this in my life because he's going to use me for something, you know. And I've never been super religious, but I just knew that it was put into my life for a reason, and that somehow, some way I would share that with people. And I didn't know how, but it's true that I had to go through all those journeys in life and all those seasons in life to figure out who I was, to build myself up as not just a wife and a mother, but a person, a woman, to find my confidence again, to find my voice. And now that's makeup. And now I'm here, and that is my goal. So, okay, I told you my story about my life, but for a reason. I bet you're going to remember my story. I'm willing to bet that you're going to remember this training because stories resonate with people. You're going to remember this topic, attraction marketing, branding yourself by telling your story. And stories connect you with people. They connect you with people that you never knew that you could have a connection with. They make people relate to you. People get to know you and trust you. And ultimately, people buy from and join people that they trust and they like. You are no longer the woman just selling them something, just selling them makeup or skincare. You're the mom that they've come to know, the woman that they've come to be friends with, even if that's just virtually. The person that inspires them to be better, to do more, to be more. And I'm telling you, there's so much power in your story, your why. I'm a firm believer that if you are steadfast in your why, that you could literally overcome anyhow. So if you're new, what's your story? Where did you come from? Why are you here? What do you want to do for others? Figure that out and share the heck out of it. If you're not new and you've not yet figured out how to brand yourself this way, it's not too late. It's okay. It's totally fine. You want to share your story as a means to basically express your experience to people, to tell them what you've been through, or maybe some of the seasons in life that you've overcome and who you are. You're going to display your value by doing this and your individuality to them. And in turn, you're going to evoke this emotional connection with them that is seriously going to create a strong brand for you. And when you create a strong brand for you, you are no longer just selling Limelight by Alcone. You are Erin or Ashley or Brooke or whoever. And people will do business with you, and people will ultimately be inspired to join your journey. So I hope that you guys got something out of that. I hope that this is beneficial to you, and I really hope that after this you go home, you're probably at home, the joys of this business, that you sit down at home and you figure out what your story is, what your why is. Write it down. You know, envision where you've been and where you want to go, and let's use that and share it, okay? I hope you guys have a great night. Bye.